Hello, Origsburg Library patrons. Today we're going to be reading Session 2 of Summer Reading, Djamboudi, the Tortoise, A Trickster Tale from the Amazon, told and illustrated by Gerald McDermott from Harcourt, Inc. Djamboudi the Tortoise played a song in his flute. His shell was smooth and shiny, and his song was sweet. His music wove through tangled vines and floated above the treetops. All the creatures of the rainforest listened to his song. For some, Djamboudi's song was sour. Jaguar could remember when Djamboudi tricked him into chasing his own tail. Lizard could remember when Djamboudi tricked him into giving Djamboudi a ride on his back. Tapir could remember when Djamboudi tricked him into a tug-of-war with a whale. But the birds of the air loved Djamboudi's music, and they sang when he played. All except Vulture, who could not sing at all. He was jealous of Djamboudi and waited for the day when he could eat the little tortoise. There came a time when all the birds of the air were invited to a festival in heaven. The King of Heaven called them together to sing, to rejoice, and to receive his blessing. When Djamboudi saw the great gathering of birds, he wanted to go too. "I want to play my flute for the King of Heaven," he said. Vulture laughed at him. "I may not be able to make music like you," said Vulture, "but I can spread my wings and soar all the way to heaven." "Take me with you," Djamboudi pleaded. Vulture saw his chance. "Climb on my back, little friend," he said. Vulture spread his dark wings and rose up in the air. Djamboudi held tight to Vulture's feathers as they flew high above the treetops. The dense forest and the great river stretched far below. They had almost reached heaven when Vulture suddenly swooped and turned upside down. Djamboudi lost hold of Vulture's feathers and slipped off his back. Djamboudi went tumbling down through the sky. The earth came rushing towards him, and he cried out, "Twigs and bushes, flowers and trees, move aside, make way for me." All the plants and trees of the forest spread apart to make way for Djamboudi. But he had forgotten to call to the rock. Djamboudi came down on it with a crack, and his smooth, shiny shell broke into pieces. At that moment, the music of the festival in heaven stopped. The King of Heaven looked down and saw Vulture joining the other birds. "Where is Djamboudi?" asked the King of Heaven. Vulture shrugged. "How would I know?" he answered. "Djamboudi wanted to play for me, and you offered to bring him here," said the King of Heaven sternly. "Tell me where he is." Vulture turned away from the King of Heaven and hid his head beneath his wing. The King of Heaven commanded the birds to search for Djamboudi. The birds filled the sky, flying high over the treetops, swooping low through tangled vines, and looking for the little tortoise. Toucan, macaw, and hummingbird found Djamboudi. He was lying helplessly in the forest. His beautiful shell was broken. The birds gathered the pieces and patched him together. When they were done, Djamboudi played a song of thanks for them. And where the birds had touched Djamboudi, they each took on a new color. Toucan got a red and yellow beak. Macaw, bright orange feathers, and hummingbird, an emerald green belly. Vulture stayed the same dull color. He still can't sing. Djamboudi the tortoise plays on his flute. His music weaves through the tangled vines and floats above the treetops. His shell may be cracked and patched, but his song is sweet, at least to some. That was a tale from the Amazon. And it was about a tortoise. Tortoises and turtles are slightly different. So definitely check that out and see what makes them so different. Also, we have a craft bag that goes along with this story. So if you come into the library and you go to the desk and say, I would like the craft bag about Djibouti the tortoise, we've got something great prepared for you. Have a nice day.